Mark Ruffalo doesn't need his own movie. They already made a whole movie a long time ago.
Yeah, but that wasn't Mark Ruffalo. We need a Mark Ruffalo movie.
But didn't Mark Ruffalo get fired? I'm pretty sure he got fired.
Did he get fired?
He got fired. I'm pretty sure
we're not gonna get into conspiracy theories.
It's not conspiracy. Like, Google it, dude. I'm telling you, he's fired.
Okay, I'll Google it after.
Okay.
Because we need to start our very first and only, well, not the only episode, but we're happy to announce that this is our first podcast from Rhino and Mavu. I'm Mavu. I'm the one that's speaking right now. Obviously, it's not our real names because, you know, things go south. These are our aliases.
Mavu is just like
but anyway, Rhino.
5'4".
5! This guy! Wow, really? Just because, yeah. We're not gonna just say the disclaimers.
All right. So disclaimers are: we hold no liability to any viewer who comes to harm because of the podcast. Everything we say is purely opinionated, and there is possible bias.
Yes, guys, this is a conversation we're having. We just want you guys to hear it because we feel like maybe there's something that you needed to hear. You need to hear. That's about it. And for meme of the day, I didn't plan for meme of the day. Maybe next week. With consent.
With consent.
To be honest, that's the truth. Anyway, I didn't plan for meme of the day, so somebody, you know, just rate our voices. That works out of 10. If you're gonna say 2, just don't comment. That's all.
We can rate your voice. Your voice is a meme, not mine. Hey, comment
AK.
Rhino,
Relax.
Rhino, if you like my voice. Yeah, that works. All right. So today, the main topic was childhood.
All right.
Talk about childhood. I think I'll start.
Yes.
What is your fondest memory about childhood? From your childhood.
Mm-hmm. My fondest memory about childhood would be bro, I got so many, but I have this one memory of like in, I don't know if it was kindergarten or like school. Anyway, this magician came to our school and he shot candy through a tube. I don't even know where he was loading it on. But conveniently, one candy landed between like this one guy and I. It landed between us. The kid looked at me and he looked at the sweet and he put his hand on the sweet and I slapped so hard and then I grabbed the sweet and I ate it. Then I was very, very annoyed. I was annoyed because they ended up giving the kids a sweet anyway. Because they were like, oh, don't worry, kid, I have it. I was like, bro, so why did I slap his hand?
Exactly.
And you, what's your fondest memory?
My fondest memory is one time me and my family went on holiday and we went to this self-catering resort place and we brought our bikes and it was such a vibe there because they had this really long road and you could just ride your bikes down there. There was this giant hill that you could ride at the end of the road and we rode all the way down. That was the fastest I ever rode my bike. And at the end of that giant
that's a vibe.
There's like this, they were building this new area and they were actually having like a little party there, like a residence party there, because like it was an estate or something. And we went there and the food was just so good. Like I would never forget that. Honestly, never forget that. But I think,
you know, these are the memories we have to like keep forever, you know?
Yeah. Because
as small as they are, they're really defining like you as a person, you know?
Yeah. So you as a person, he slaps people?
What happened? When I was like, before I became a teenager, so like when I was like 8 to like 11,
yeah,
I was this guy who just like, I need to get what I need to get.
Yeah.
If you're in my way, hands may be needed, you know? But obviously, thank God for maturity. That's why we're able to have a conversation right now and we're not arguing.
We would be arguing if you knew mature. Okay, yeah. To be fair, actually, I think that's one of the greatest things out of childhood. Like you learn as you grow up to become an actual decent human being. Some people don't, but thankfully, over time it just becomes like a psychological thing. Like you can say certain things, you can't say certain things. Like you know how to act in a manner that is not selfish and self-obsessed. I feel like most people have that kind of basic nature about them.
Children as our future,
Yeah.
They are the ones that they're responsible for the world we want to be in.
Yeah.
Whatever we teach them will lead us to where the world will be. That's why it's so extremely vital to teach them the right things from such a young age, especially in this new world we're growing in. You get me? Because things are being normalized as they're growing up, and they're thinking that things like this are normal. Like, for example, growing up, I've come to a realization that it is so normal to laugh at your friends for their flaws. Do you get me? For them not being perfect, like, it is so overlooked. Like, you wouldn't even realize it, But it's these tiny things that really go to sit in the back of kids' heads, and it begins to shape them into not who they're meant to be, but who the people want them to be. Do you get me?
Yeah. I do. It's just that it's honestly, who psychologically manipulates children?
Everybody, all of us. I feel like we all do it subconsciously,
Yeah, we do.
It's these small acts, Yeah.
It's because we were raised in the system. Like, this is how we grew up as well. So it's only natural that we pass it down from this generation.
Yeah.
But it's time we stop that, honestly.
And that's what we need to change. Yeah, I agree with that.
And nowadays,
we're responsible for all these things that are happening in our world now,
Yeah.
We're responsible for them happening. But then people don't get is that the problem is from the foundation. I believe the problem is from the foundation. And when we fix the problem from the foundation, what is our limit? What can stop it?
Thankfully nowadays, individuality and uniqueness and individuality is being promoted by a lot of people. It's like everyone's saying in school, be yourself, but I don't feel like they're delivering it in the right way. I honestly, I don't feel like it, because, okay, as a small child, you watch TikTok, right? Nowadays, you watch TikTok.
No.
Well, no, as a small child, okay, that's what I mean, okay? As a small child, you're a spectator to everything that's around you. You're constantly learning, you're constantly taking in information. You are learning more from TikTok than you are from your teachers, okay? That's how it's always been. At home, you learn more from the TV. But that's the thing. Now it's no longer TV teaching you. Now it's no longer like official channels and people like many teams constructing cartoons in order to put some information into your head. Now it can just be any random Joe with a camera and a van. You feel? And as long as his content is colorful, it's all good. He can just do what he wants with the kids, and the kids are gonna start using his slang. Just gonna start following his steps. That's not the right way. Honestly, I feel like kids should be taught to be creative. They're on their own.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
Not
taught, with the learning environment,
but it should be nurtured throughout school. It should be with it in the school system constantly. Kids are being engineered to be spectators rather than creators, even though being creators is being promoted by everyone. That they enjoy.
So they are more looking at what pleases people. So they see what's on social media, and they think that because they laugh and like a million other people liked it, that's what'll get you noticed. That's what'll get you noticed. But what they actually don't know is that that's what'll get that noticed, because they're unique for that thing, So they shape their minds to be like other people, to follow other people, And then that's how they lose their sense of creativity. You know, that's how they lose themselves, because they're trying to find themselves in somebody else. You understand?
Yeah. It's like living a life
like
that you aren't living.
I feel like it's something that can be.
It's the metaverse, dude.
I don't know what the metaverse is. I don't read comics.
It's real. I'll explain to you later. I'll explain. It's essentially
Whatever that.
It's like the metaverse.
I was saying about like the kids, you know, I feel like everything starts from their learning environment, you know, and people think that a kid's learning environment is their parents and teachers, but as you were saying, they learn from what they see as well, like social media or their friends, or could be easily their siblings. Do you get me? You know, and that's why it's important to filter out unnecessary things at a young age, so a kid can be unique, you know, and contribute what they need to contribute out into the world to fulfill their purpose in the world. You get me?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. Kids, they shouldn't be just like, they aren't their purpose. Their identity isn't their purpose. Say one of them decides to become a fireman. They aren't Sam the firefighter. They're Sam the human being who does firefighting.
Yeah.
So even if he stops doing firefighting, he's still himself. He knows himself. He knows what he wants and why he stopped being a firefighter. You know, it's not like he was fired from being a firefighter, ironic, and he just became depressed and lonely forever, because he knows that in himself, firefighting was just not for him.
Exactly.
He's been doing it for
He's
many
content
years.
with that.
Absolutely.
As like Sam the firefighter. Fight fire, and if you don't feel like fighting fire anymore, don't fight fire. Be Sam, but not be Sam. Be whatever your name is.
Be Yusuf.
Exactly.
If your name's Yusuf, be Yusuf. If your name's Israela, be you. Israela's a dope name. If you have an Israeli name, like, dude, that's a cool name. Just remember that.
You know what? When we can say my name, I'll be the most unique. That'll be great. Like, people will be there like, oh, I have a unique name. You haven't seen my name yet. It's okay. But anyway, from everything we've said, I feel like the first step to what we were saying about, you know, don't finding themselves in other people, I say that they shouldn't idolize themselves in materials. You know, sometimes when people say they need to find themselves, they find themselves in materialistic things, like it could be a hairstyle or, you know, clothes or other things like people they hang out with. You know, they idolize a certain group, you know, and they follow this. That isn't being who you are. That's being who somebody wants you to be, or what pleases other people's eyes. You know, that's not who you are. You know, you can know who you are and fulfill your purpose in this world given by God. You know, we'll talk about all that in another podcast. But who you are is within yourself. You can't look for yourself in other people or materialistic things. It's only in you.
It just takes a good old-fashioned sit down with yourself. You gotta just. It's a journey. It's a journey. There's no rush to it at all. It's a personal journey with yourself. But once you find yourself, once you find yourself, you're good. You're not gonna lose yourself.
And other people, you don't need to please other people for any other reason. You know, the journey is life. As you grow, you learn who you are, what you are, your purpose. You know?
And once you find your purpose, you'll be able to fulfill that hole that's in that emptiness, that certain thing that you feel like you're not doing, but you don't exactly know what it is. You'll find your purpose. You'll know when you find it, and once you do, you'll be complete. You'll be happy.
Exactly. Because you've done. You know what I feel like? A lot of people don't realize how special they are. You get me? Everybody on this earth was created for a purpose, you know. Everybody was made unique. There is no person in the world. Even twins are the most. I've met twins, and I'm telling you, they're the most opposite people you can ever meet. There is nobody alike in this world, you know. And the reason for that is because you were needed. There is something that you need to do here that nobody else can do but you. You know? And I find that so special. That's so amazing. That is so great. That is so great.
See, but there's one problem with individuality. I know we're going a little bit off topic. Because everyone in this ideal world will be unique, there's going to be clashes between personalities constantly. There won't be harmony, I can guarantee you. Because we're human, and it's human nature that fights.
I agree.
Things gonna go down.
I agree with that. Yeah. But I feel like we should see our uniqueness more for each other. If you think about anything in the world, Rhino, dang, if you think about everything we're meant to do in this world, jobs, growing, we're doing everything to help each other, to serve each other. You get me? Just like what Jesus came to do. He came to serve us, He came to give us a way out. Again, that'll be for another podcast or another time. But all these years of schooling for like 12 years to get a job, go into our real careers, whatever, we're doing it to help each other, Our uniqueness helps each other, we're all in this together. Like the High School Musical stuff, we need each other. That's what I'm trying to say. Not in the most literal sense that you can't survive with them, but we work together. The world is like an ecosystem, how everything is in harmony. Supposed to be in harmony.
I feel like there's only conflict between people because selfishness and jealousy exist. Hate can also, it stems from those two things, because if you feel some type of way because of someone, you get hurt, and then you don't know why, because you don't address these feelings with yourself, and you just end up fighting with someone, and you just don't know what you're doing, but you still do it anyway.
Yeah. The thing that you mentioned about jealousy is so funny, because you're only jealous because you want to be someone else, You're actually fighting not to be who you are meant to be. I wanna like budding childhood, I wanna scooch on to like dreams,
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, you've had dreams. Like when you were like 8 years old, what did you want to be?
Archaeologist. I skirted from that profession so quickly when I found out they don't get paid well.
That's intense.
Imagine like studying all those years, studying history and like social sciences, only to become like poor bankrupt in the middle of a study session.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to be Indiana Jones. It just didn't work.
But because as you were growing, you were learning about yourself, you were meant to be. When I was 8 years old, I wanted to be a pilot. I was so interested in flying, like I tried to do my own science experiments at home. Like, get this. Like, this was my last and greatest idea ever. So we had a broken down car garage, right? And I thought, if you take the motor out of a lawnmower, you stick it to the top of that car, you extend the propellers, like those blades under the lawnmower, you can make a flying helicopter, You can make a car helicopter. And I was so based on this idea. until I tried taking the lawnmower apart, and I just ended up spilling oil all over the garage. My mom wasn't particularly happy with it.
She beat you.
No. She told me to clean that out. It wasn't very nice. It's like everywhere.
Wow.
But anyway, the thing I'm trying to say is that dreams we have as kids may not be realistic at the moment, but as we grow, we begin to have dreams that are very real, but may sometimes be far-fetched, and I feel like sometimes those dreams are shot down because it could be you shooting down your own dream because you see the world in a certain way, or teachers in school, they want to introduce you to the harsh reality of the world as quick as possible before you get there, which I don't think is right because
There's no harsh
nothing is
reality.
perfect.
Absolutely.
And as you grow, you need to know that. But with that, you need to also know that even though it isn't perfect, you can play your part to fixing everything. Like things like world hunger, global warming.
Actually.
People are like, we need to fix that. There is no solution like take ibuprofen. Everybody needs to play their part.
We all have our purpose. And there's no point of fighting against yourself and your purpose. If you have a dream of becoming a paleontologist one day, an archaeologist, don't be discouraged by what I said about pay, okay? Because if that's your dream, you shouldn't care about pay, which sounds hypocritical coming from me. But to be honest, I really only cared about money as a kid. Not like, okay, so if you care about that, archaeology, please go follow it. I'm not saying that you can't become an archaeologist. I'm just saying it's gonna take hard work and dedication to get to where you want to be.
Exactly. Kids need to know from a very young age that if they want to reach their dreams, they can do it. They need to put themselves through hard work, perseverance, patience, and dedication. That takes a certain mindset. And everybody has it. You just need to tap into it. You can be whatever you want to be. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. You're sitting there right now. You could be the president of your country if you're a kid. You could be the president of your country in the next maybe 20, 30 years. Just put in the hard work. Study economics, business management. I don't care what it is. Just put in the work and you'll be able to do it.
Become manipulative. We're not going to go into politics right now. Just, you know what to do.
Yeah. And in this day and age, I feel like a lot is at our fingertips, and I find that amazing. With all the resources we have, we can do a lot. So what I was saying about the dreams, I feel like one thing people do that it makes them stumble a lot when they're trying to reach their dreams. They set one major goal. Like me as an 8-year-old, I was like, I want to be a pilot. I genuinely wanted to be a pilot. So I was like, I want to be a pilot like tomorrow or whatever, And I was like, what I was focused on was wanting to be a pilot, but I didn't look at the steps. You get me?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you set a huge goal ahead of you, you get demotivated along the way because you're not seeing results when that isn't the problem. It's that you're not looking at what needs to be done at the moment. All those dreams and things will come in time, but what you need is patience and perseverance, as Rhino said. That's why when you're setting realistic goals, you need to go step by step at a time. It could be as small as passing your test on Friday, whether it's on geography, trigonometry, algebra, whatever it is. Just set goals in a timely space, in a timely manner, and as you start to get results, you'll even get more motivated to reach whatever it is you need to reach. I think
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yes, you will slip up. It is like you're human. It's a guarantee. You will slip up. You will cave in at some point. But what matters is that you get back up. Don't believe for a second that you've fallen to where you begun. Don't believe that you're a completely different person. Once you're there, once you actually reach it, you're a completely different person than how you were before. So even when you do slip up, get back up. Get back up. Get back up. Finish what you started.
100.
Do this. Don't treat it like your Netflix catalog. You can do this. Get back up and finish what you started.
There's no better person to do it than you.
Absolutely.
Find that amazing. You were telling me something about Matthew McConaughey that one time.
Okay, so that thing about Matthew McConaughey, yeah. So basically, someone asked him one day, "Who's your hero?" And he said, "I don't know. I guess myself in 5 years." This is paraphrasing, right? And again, 5 years later, someone asked him again, "Who's your hero?" And he said, "Okay, me again in 5 years," because the time flowed and he should have already become his hero. But constantly, as time passes, etc., 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, he would always himself. He would set his hero to be himself in 5 years, and he would achieve that. And still set himself as the hero in 5 years, as his hero in 5 years. That's how his goal was to beat himself, to be his hero, and be better than himself.
Kids should not, and when I say kids and children, up until you're 18, you're still a kid, child, or whatever. Don't at me. Okay. You should not be told anything is impossible. You know? But don't tell them that everything is possible without telling them the amount of hard work you're gonna have to put in. Because the world we're in today, nothing comes easy. And I believe everybody was taught that in different various ways. You know? Nothing is found easy. Just work hard for what you can. You know? And because you're unique, you're bound to do what you need to do what you want to do. Just put in the hard work, you know, put in the dedication. You can do anything. That's it.
That's not a lie. You can do anything. Well, given that the world is not unfair that particular day, because sometimes it can get in the way, but take it as a sign that maybe if it's constantly getting in your way, that same problem, and there's no way over it because the world is just like that unfair, maybe it's not your calling. Maybe you're following the wrong path. It's not that you're not trying hard enough. Believe me, you can try everything, but if it doesn't work out, you're not on the right path. I'm not saying find a completely different thing, but you're not doing something right. You're not going where you're supposed to.
It's a learning process.
It's a learning process. Trial and error. You'll get to where you're meant to be without fail.
Yeah.
You just gotta have faith, perseverance, and patience. Patience and perseverance. I'm telling you, you gotta have a strong mind for this. You gotta follow your dreams. Strong mind. You're gonna need it. Well, yeah, this was our first podcast. Us following our dreams. We still have a long way to go. But thank you for listening. Thank you for taking time out of your day.
We just thought, not sure. Yes. We haven't figured out the name. So we're kind of still in that boat. We're still trying to figure out the name. But by the time this is out, it'll be there.
Hopefully.
But thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, actually.
I still think more movies need to be made about Mark and more Hulk movies because I don't know why they stopped.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Rhino and Mavu out.
That's our piece. See you, boys and girls. Bye.